The Word of God teaches that when Jesus shall appear, we shall be like Him. However, for us to be like Him then, we must be like Him now. Do you want to be like Jesus? Well, if so, listen to this devotional written by Ellen G. White. And thanks for subscribing to our YouTube channel. God bless you and enjoy this devotional. Thanks for joining us on our daily devotional reading. We're almost done with the month. This is October 26th, 2019, or whichever year this will be, depending on when you have access to our daily devotional reading. Our title is, actually it's supposed to be October 25th. So this is a devotional for October 26th, and the title says, Physical work helps to develop mind and character. Now, most of us think that, physical work is something horrible. We must all be sedentary workers, and you shouldn't touch, you shouldn't use your hands, you should just use the computer. But physical work actually helps improving your health and helping your health. Here it says in Isaiah 65, 21 and 22, referring to the world made new, the world in eternity, the perfect paradise. There it says that they shall build houses and inhabit them. They shall plant vineyards and eat of their fruit. They shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of a tree, so shall be the days of my people, and my elect shall long to enjoy the work of their hands. So now, as in the days of Israel, she says, every youth should be instructed in the duties of practical life. Each should acquire a knowledge of some branch of manual labor by which, if need be, to obtain a livelihood. Now, this is not to change all your careers to something that you do not want to do. This is simply saying, have a plan B, a backup, where you can always, in case whatever you're doing fails, you always have a result to which you can gain a living. How would you survive without your career, for example? God forbid that should happen, but how would you survive? I guess that's what is being brought in view here. This is essential. Now she brings in another transition. She says it's essential not only as a safeguard against the vicissitudes of life, but from its bearing upon physical, mental, and moral development. So not only is it a safeguard against the uncertainty of times, but it's a safeguard and the improvement of your health, physical, spiritual, and moral development. Even if it were certain that one would never need to resort to manual labor for support, still they should be taught to work. Without physical exercise, no one can have a sound constitution and vigorous health, and the essential to the securing of a strong, active mind and a noble character. Students, let's speak about students. It says that students who have gained book knowledge without gaining a knowledge of practical work cannot lay claim to a symmetrical education. The energies that should have been devoted to business of various lines have been neglected. Education does not consist in using the brain alone. That's why there's PE and all these other activities, and scientists only recognize this now, and of course educators realize that education is not just about the brain. Education is about the entire person, the entire complete human being transformed into the very image of God. That's what education truly means. Physical employment, therefore, is a part of training essential for our youth. An important phase of education is actually lacking if the student is not taught how to engage in useful labor. The healthful exercise of the whole being will give an education that is broad and comprehensive. Every student should devote a portion of each day to active labor. Do something active for some part of the day. Thus, habits of industry will be formed and a spirit of self-reliance encouraged, while the youth will be shielded from many evil and degrading practices that are so often the result of idleness. And this is all in keeping with the primary object of education. For in encouraging activity, diligence, and purity, we are coming into harmony with the Creator. The discipline for practical life that is gained by physical labor combined with mental taxation is sweetened by the reflection that it is qualifying mind and body better to perform the work that God designs human beings to do. The more perfectly the youth understand how to perform the duties of practical life, the greater will be their enjoyment day by day in being of use to others. The mind educated to enjoy useful labor becomes enlarged. Through training and discipline, it is fitted for usefulness, for it has acquired the knowledge essential to make its possessor a blessing to others. This is from the most amazing book, one of the amazing books that I do recommend you read, Messages to Young People. Well, this was page 177 to 179. Thank you so much for spending your time and listening to this devotion. I hope that it helps you to become more like Jesus. If you look at the life of Jesus, he was very conscientious about physical work. He was an active person. Jesus was not an idle man. He had things to do, especially physical labor. It could even be as simple as walking, but the body has to be moving and doing something. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow for another devotion of the day.